Let's grade the New York Giants offensive positions. Let's go through quarterback, running back, the offensive line, tight end, and wide receiver. Next time around, we're going to grade the Giants defense positions. But before we do get into the offensive grades, leave down in the comment section your grades for the New York Giants offense. Leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button. Let's get into this one. Let's start with the quarterback, the most important position, led by Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, and Tommy DeVito, who was the undrafted free agent signing out of Illinois. Don't expect him to be on the roster, come September. So we're basically grading off Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. And now I'm going to give the quarterback position for the New York Giants a B+. Daniel Jones, to me, is a great quarterback. He's great. He's going to take that real next step this season. We got a video planned for it. It's coming out real soon. But Tyrod Taylor, when he was on the field last year, the Chicago game where, DJ got a hamstring injury, he just didn't look good to me. He didn't look good to me. He's on a pretty decent contract for a backup quarterback, and I feel like after this season, the Giants are going to be looking at different avenues for a quarterback to back up Daniel Jones on a cheaper contract, with Daniel Jones playing on his new contract extension. But I think Daniel Jones is a B+A quarterback right now. I think he's an above average quarterback right now. And I think this year is the year where he's going to show people that he can be probably even elite. I really do believe that. And as of right now, if it was just Daniel Jones, I would probably give it an A. But with Daniel Jones and Tyrod, I'm going to drop the grade down to a B+. But I am fine with Daniel Jones. I love Daniel Jones. Y'all know that's my guy. But Tyrod Taylor, I'm not that big of a fan of as the backup quarterback. Running back. I know this is going to be a big topic of conversation with Saquon Barkley. Is Saquon Barkley even going to be on the team come September? Even though I do believe he will. I do believe he will play for the New York Giants in 2023. The question is, will it be on a contract extension with the team? But we are grading the running back position. Saquon Barkley is still a part of the New York Giants running back group. We got Saquon, Eric Gray, Matt Breida, and Gary Brightwell, who I also think will not be on the team come September. I feel like he's going to get cut after the Giants use the fifth round draft pick on the running back out of Oklahoma, Eric Gray. But if I had to grade the running back group, I'm giving it an A. I'm giving it an A. You got one of the best running backs in the league with Saquon Barkley. You got a guy that can hit his head on the goalpost. You got an offensive weapon in Saquon, and he showed that last year. Freaking Pro Bowl season. I feel like he could have been an all-pro, like first-team all-pro. I feel like he's just that good. We know how good Saquon Barkley is. And the guys that got running behind him really do add him to the offense. Matt Breida, I think, is a solid running back, too. He was solid last year for us. He had some big plays for us last year, definitely in the Ravens game. Then you grab Eric Gray in the draft, a guy that's going to be the change of pace back. The guy you want on those third and shorts. You can put him in because he's going to run hard. He's going to run north and south. He's going to make these cuts. He's always making the first guy miss. I think that was an underrated draft pick by the New York Giants that a lot of Giants fans are going to end up warming up to when the season comes around. I really do believe it. I like the running back group, leading with Saquon Barkley. Now, will he be on the team come September? I do think he will. The question is, will he be on a long-term extension with the team come September? But if I had to grade out the running backs right now for the New York Giants, I'm giving it an A, led by Saquon Barkley, Matt Breida, and Eric Gray. Now let's go over to the offensive line. The freaking group that the offense success really relies on how good the offensive line plays with the New York Giants this season. We know the gist. We got Andrew Thomas at left tackle, A++. A++. I feel like he's the best left tackle of football. Trent Williams, if you say Trent Williams, I'm not gonna argue with you. But I love me some Andrew Thomas. He's an all-pro. He's one of the best young left tackles in the game. He's a stud at left tackle. Everything else other than that is a question mark. Who is going to be the starting left guard for the team? Is it going to be Ben Bredeson? Is he going to be the Josh Ezeudu, the guy who the Giants used a third-round draft pick on in the 2022 NFL draft out of North Carolina, dealt with the neck injury? Those guys are going to be battling out for the starting guard spot. Center, John Michael Schmitz. I am more confident in John Michael Schmitz than any other offensive lineman on this team not named Andrew Thomas. And that might sound crazy because he's a rookie. That's just how high I am on him. He's an actual center. You look at his college career, magnificent. One of the best centers in college football at Minnesota. Has experience at the position, is a true center. Veteran at the position, knows what he's doing. I'm high on John Michael Schmitz. I like that, the Giants went out and got a guy who we can plug in at that position. The Giants don't have any plug-in starters right now on the offensive line. John Michael Schmitz is that. But then you go to right guard, Mark Lewinsky. Bum. Not good. We know the gist. Not going to get into much, I'm not going to get too much into it. Not good. Right tackle, Evan Neal. What will he be this year? If the Giants can get Evan Neal to play above average, you got probably the best tackle duo in football with Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal. Simple as that. But everything summed up, the Giants offensive line, I'm going to give it a C grade right now. I'm going to give it a C grade. Andrew Thomas is really bringing up that C from a lower grade. Y'all know how high I am on John Michael Schmitz. That's also adding on to this grade. And I think Evan Neal, though he's a question mark, I think this is the year where he starts getting his career right. He gets things running and going. And you start to see him block way better than you saw in his rookie season. Now, again, if we get John Michael Schmitz playing like a Pro Bowl center, looking good as a rookie, doing his thing, Evan Neal dogging guys out there, he's playing up to that 7th overall draft pick selection. The Giants' offensive line could go from being putrid in 2022 to being pretty good in 2023. We will soon see. Got a long ways to go. But right now, that's how I'm feeling about the Giants' offensive line. We know it's a question mark. We know how it is. Let's see how these guys go out there and perform after the moves they made in the draft picks they took last year. Let's see how they go out there and play. Next, tight end. Led by Darren Waller and Daniel Bellinger. Got Lawrence Cager back there. Tommy Sweeney back there. But the two-headed monster of Darren Waller and Daniel Bellinger is going to have the tight end grade at an A. A solid A. Darren Waller, when he is on the field, when he's healthy, everyone healthy, he's on the field, he's playing football, baby, is one of the best tight ends in all of football. Fun fact, he's had a more recent 1,000-yard season at the position than George Kittle. Fun fact there. Darren Waller is a stud player when he's on the field. I think this is really when, we're going to see how good Daniel Jones is when he has the talent to throw the ball to. Darren Waller is going to be the best weapon he's ever played with. He's going to be, not wide receiver one, but he's going to be primary target number one. He's going to be weapon number one for Daniel Jones. And Daniel Bellinger being a tight end too, we can throw out the tight end 2 sets. When you have 2 tight ends, you can run 2 tight end sets. A little Kansas City Chiefs. You can do that. Daniel Bellinger is no slouch. Just because he's not going to be the starter doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean nothing. Daniel Bellinger still adds something to this team. He still adds something to this offense. Reliable hands. Reliable hands. A guy who can get those short yardage gains. A guy you can just dump the ball off to. Make a guy miss. Go upfield. Get a couple of yards. And what I really like about Daniel Bellinger's game is he blocks. You go watch him block. He makes holes. He is a great blocker at the tight end position. And that is why I'm going to really give the tight end grade an A. Led by Daniel Bellinger and Darren Waller. If those 2 guys are on the field, I feel like you got yourselves possibly a top tight end duo in all of football with Daniel Bellinger and Darren Waller leading the hell at tight end. So we get an A grade for the tight end spot. We get an A grade for the running back spot. Let's talk about the wide receivers. Last year, this was definitely a weakness of the New York Giants offense. And now, you still don't got that wide receiver 1. You still don't have that wide receiver 1. You got Darius Slayton. You got Isaiah Hodgins. You got the 3rd round draft pick, Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee. You got Paris Campbell, who you signed in free agency. Jameson Crowder, who you signed in free agency. Veteran slot receiver. You got guys that are injured that are going to be coming back, like a Colin Johnson, like a Sterling Shepard, like a Wan'Dale Robinson. None of those guys are wide receiver 1s. But if I had to give this overall grade, it's way better than it was last year where the depth was horrible. One thing that's different about the Giants wide receiver group this year is they have depth. Do they have the wide receiver 1 guy? Do they have the guy who's going to get 1,000 yards a season? No. But they got depth at that position. And we know how important it is to have depth at the wide receiver position with the injury and stuff like that. So, though this group isn't an elite group, though it isn't a great group, I think it's a good group. I think the Giants can get things done with this wide receiver group. Isaiah Hodgins can get touchdowns for you, red zone threat. Darius Slayton, the guy who's going to be a deep threat, with Jalen Hyatt, also a deep threat. Paris Campbell can be a deep threat also. Wan'Dale Robinson, when he does get back on the field, was just going to get things turned up in that last game before he got hurt, versus Detroit. I'm going to give this wide receiver group for the Giants a C+. A C+. But if Jalen Hyatt goes out there, he looks like a guy that can get big playability. He has that. If he can show that on the field, Darius Slayton, we know what he can do. Maybe his hands, he finally starts catching the ball more consistently. Isaiah Hodgins, we see what he can do with a full game sample size rather than coming in at the later end of the season after being on the practice squad for the Buffalo Bills. Maybe that C plus can go to a B minus, to a B plus, with Darren Waller being your tight end one, the real guys who get a lot of those, targets. So that is how I would grade the offensive positions for the New York Giants. The quarterback position with Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor gets a B plus. Saquon Barkley leading the running back gets an A. The offensive line, I think I gave it a C. Tight end, we giving that an A with Daniel Bellinger and Darren Waller. And the wide receivers get a C plus after all the moves the Giants made in free agency and the draft. Now, it's still early in the offseason. These teams are nowhere near close to their 53 main rosters, their final rosters before the season. A lot of things can happen. A lot of moves are still going to be made, cuts, maybe even some signs out there for the Giants. We'll soon see. But as of right now, that is how I would grade the New York Giants offensive positions. Like I said earlier in the video, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What would you grade each position for the New York Giants offense? Next time, we're going to be grading the Giants defensive position, so stay tuned for that. Leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and definitely join the channel. But until then, it's been your boy J Dimes. I am out. Thanks for watching, and go Giants. Peace.